April 1st, midnight, Tuesday's trading day. It was another love letter. Relative equal highs. As I predicted yesterday, exactly that's what exactly happened today. It was just too easy. Relative equal highs taken around London London lunch. London lunch 5 to 7 is London lunch. When it consolidates or retrace, market makes a high around London mid lunch, retraces back into the BPR we marked yesterday and also NVOG's low. Then we had a news at 10 a.m. So I was just patiently waiting for that. It just consolidates, accumulates a long shorts, eventually taking out this 930 high, going above that opening range, come back down, retrace above to first presented fair value gap, also an inverse fair value gap. How that is an inverse fair value gap? Because it takes out the previous high, and the candle that takes out the previous high or the previous fair value gap before taking out that high will become a strong inversion fair value gap. Not every fair value gap is an inversion. Like this one is not an inversion. If it had taken this low or a major sell side, that would have been considered an inversion. But this one, after that, aggressively it takes the high, respects it, then rejects it aggressively. Look at the candle. Then again it retested 50% of it, come back down to NVOG's high, retest consequent encouragement of opening range, and then drops lower. To what level? To this sell side. Eventually digging in a little deeper for taking consequent encouragement of yesterday's. Also ES reached NVOG. We have new week opening gap here, but for ES it was at the bottom, so ES just touched the new week opening gap and then retraced back up. So our lower objective was met, and overall structure was showing bullishness, and it had already moved a lot to the downside. So this candle, no, not this one, so this one, yeah, that one was the down run taking the sell side, and ESU finally taking the NVOG high, and then we have an up close candle that was a breaker. See the wick getting tested, also the close of that. It touches the breaker, retraces back up. I saw a good trade opportunity here, touching the fair value gap high. We have a breaker there, boom, 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 climbing up to this high, then retracing back to the first presented fair value gap, rejecting it, closing above it. 50-minute breaker. Actually, that would have been a 50-minute order block, but we had a high there. It just nullifies it and climbs above it. Come back down. So how long does it go? Just taking this high out, then it retraces back into the opening range, and then eventually climbing up higher and digging into that CB. Here we go, lower quadrant of it. Now London, I want to see a retracement because the price action is clearly bullish. We want to see higher prices eventually reaching these equal highs. We'll see what tomorrow presents. Do we have any news? Wednesday, damn. We have non-farm payroll employment, and President Trump speaks. I think it's about tariffs and stuff. Yeah, it's about tariffs. Yeah, that's gonna be a big one. So tomorrow, I'll probably trade earlier, maybe after 8:15 and pre-New York before lunch. That's gonna be it. After that, we have employment claims and data. A lot of volatility coming in. Wow. Fed Chair Powell, non-farm payroll and stuff. Friday is a big no-no. Thursday we should see good volatility, but this thing's gonna mess up the whole plan. I think it's just gonna send it higher or lower. I don't know. Maybe the new lows. Maybe it just cancels out all the uprun that we saw, and Trump sends it back to these lows, because on that continuous chart we have this low. So what are my projections? My projections are we have already climbed close enough to that fair value gap. Maybe if we reject, if we fail to reach consequent encouragement, or we just kiss it and return back, then I just want to see the prices explore this low by maybe end of this week or next week. It has to come to this low, or it has to cover all this fair value gap and climb above it to go for this high. I want to see this fair value gap completely getting filled and the upper quadrant getting respected. Then we'll see the prices reaching this high. Otherwise, there's a big chance of this low being taken. 50% of that wick can be marked for tomorrow, but Trump's gonna or might send it there. Yeah, we'll see tomorrow. Too much stuff going on. For afternoon, we made a big ass retracement, taking all the longs out, taking back into opening range, and then climbing above it, retesting the first percentage fair value gap. Again, this whole thing is an order block. Or just actually the low candle will be the order block, not the up one. Wait, how are the order blocks work? Damn, I just forgot about it. The fuck, man. Okay, this. Close candle. Yeah, up close candle will become a foothold to go higher. This up close candle here is an order block. Eyeballing the 50%. There we go. Yeah, so it just touches the order block once again, climbs up higher. Again, this, not this, it was this. Ignore that, that's just an OTE. Coming back into premium. See, it's coming back into discount actually, to push the price back up higher. Fails to take the swing low here. You have a BPR type of shit. Balanced price range. Price don't want to come back into that, but the upper fair value gap, it can be touched back into 15-minute breaker. Climbs up higher, 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 and eventually taking these highs at the close, or at the Asias actually. At the close is just consolidates, retrace back, and then sends it back higher around 6 and stuff. Yeah, that's pretty much it. With these high impact news on Thursday and Friday, the ideal conditions are Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, but we have Wednesday Trump news, so the most ideal days were Monday and Tuesday, I guess. So I'm not gonna expect anything low probability for the rest of the week, but I'll keep looking at it. I'll tape read about it. We'll see. Peace.